hear me loud and clearly? Hello, everybody. On tonight's call, no sound, no sound. Hello from Brazil. Hello, Johan. Great. Good now. Thank you, Sean. You hear me now. Thank you, Robin. That's great. Yes, I'm struggling a little bit with the internet tonight, so I'm sorry for that. Apologize again for all you people coming on board. We have a lot of people right now logging in. I know we had sent out a message that we do have some news, and yes, we do have some great news tonight. Hello, Malcolm. And who else is here? Let me just see. Alan, Antonio, great to have you here. Bill, many Bills. Charles, fantastic. Hello, Donald, great to have you here. Dirk, Evelyn, Helgen, James, Karen, so many people, boy. It's just so many people joining. Great. So fantastic to have you all here. So I'm going to go ahead with the presentation, just be upfront. Normally, I was supposed to have this webinar with Bill, but he had to go urgently on an airplane. He's just jumped on an airplane to Dubai. So he's not going to be there, but I'm going to have to cover him. Hi, Nicola. Great to have you here. Hello, Marta. Hello, Mark. Fantastic, all guys jumping in and wanting to hear, I guess, about the news. And yes, you guys who cannot speak or we're not going to do a Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A session, but I mean, you just have to type in because we have some people here who cannot physically speak, meaning like you can just need to type, and that is okay. I'm going to go over this question afterwards. So let's go and get this meeting started here. I know we have a lot of people here from Dubai listening on. And as I said, apologize. Bill Rowell, our CEO, is not going to be on the call tonight. Ryan Messer, okay, turn off webcams, ignore. Ryan Messer is actually out on the field today at the CEO of STORH. So he is looking after these assets. Very great news. We are, what day today? We are the Tuesday, March the 12th. That means we have the whole March for you guys to get involved in getting your STORH token. If you get involved and get your STORH token, still this month, you're going to have your first payout, which is going to be by next month. So yes, we have confirmed the first payouts will become official in the month of April, which is really great. We also have very soon some fantastic news for you guys. They will be announced on the tour. So I just have to, warm you up there. But we have some great incentives coming. Very great incentives. I know you will like that. Different incentives, different incentive classes coming. Yes, there is maybe something nice, a beach holiday that could be in the case as well, but it will be announced on our upcoming meetings. And we are today, Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week, we will have our first meeting in Antwerp. And from there, we're going to go over to Dover, to London, and be in London. And I believe there's also a meeting in Birmingham, which is not yet confirmed in plan. So time is fast. It's really flying fast here. We have meetings being organized right now in Ghana and Kenya, meetings being organized all throughout Latin America. Everywhere, like almost every country in Latin America. We are having presentations right now. I believe also in South Africa, they are doing a great job there. So certainly things are heating up here. But yeah, so let me just go for all the people who are new on the presentation. I'm going to walk through the presentation Friday in South Africa. Sean is saying here, that's fantastic. You're to send us some picture from that meeting. That will be great. But yeah, so some of the news are that of course, the payouts in April, and the other news are that we're gonna go on tour. The other news are that yes, there are coming incentives, very special incentives, never be done in the 11 years of history with the company. So never had those incentives, which is actually something I'm very much looking forward to, because I know that will really make you guys very much happy. But let's get started here. Just again, a quick overview so that you really understand the company, the business plan, that you understand, you know, to make the decision you want to get involved or you don't want to get involved with Utopian Global. So the company is based in Dubai. That means based for the gold and silver, for the precious metals, as the license is in the DMCC in Dubai. In fact, the picture there is really where you're looking down from the office. I had the pleasure being there just last week. I did some good videos for you guys in understanding more of the compensation plan, the new we have for Utopian Global. And what we really are is, just for in a nutshell, so you can explain it to other people, we are a unique marketing platform for physical precious metals. Yes, physical precious metals and income producing assets on the blockchain. So we use the blockchain for the STORH token, and our professional education system, which I do have updates for it as well. So the way we have been doing the meetings will not be doing anymore the case on the online side. We will only do Tuesday corporate meetings where we have from time to time Ryan Messer coming on board or other experts, and we have our CEO coming on board. But on Saturdays from now on and from this week on, there will be only trainings. So it will be only trainings for the people who wish training, for the people who wish to accelerate in the company. And yeah, basically the leaders are doing the presentations individually, or on the Zooms, on the webinars, whatsoever. But from corporate, there will be only Tuesday a presentation, and Saturdays will be trainings hosted by different leaders in English as well as in Spanish so far. So that's one of the announcements. But of course, our company was founded by Bill Rowell, and Bill himself being a very successful entrepreneur, having owned 4 hotels. He himself has his license as a precious metals trader in the DMCC in Dubai. The precious metals, they come from Argo. Just having here, I just got my shipment, actually, another shipment, because yes, I like my shipments. Yeah, I just got a big shipment here for you so that you see that's a real deal. And yes, that's heavy. So lots of metals, just more silver, because I believe silver is totally undervalued. I love my kilo bars, certainly there. And I love my coins as well. I am getting constantly. So yeah, real silver, real gold, coming from the most prestigious refinery in the world, precious metals refinery, who does 20% of the world's precious metals. I was saying, Argo out of Switzerland. And as you see, there's Bill's license as a licensed precious metals dealer. But the way or why we are here today with Utopian Global and why this company exists, it's basically on it exists because of sort of this man here, Philip Judge. Philip Judge, well, a long time ago, almost 2 decades ago, he introduced our founder and CEO to the world of precious metals. Precious metals, why? Well, precious metals is obviously the best saving you can have, the best hedge against inflation you can actually have. And Philip Judge, in the world of precious metals, he is one of the probably most educated advisors. He has his own precious metals fund, owns a bullion bank as well. And when Bill was looking for, after selling his Ford hotel, when he was looking after diversification or for diversification, so meaning to put $1 million into something which would make him money, Philip Judge also was involved in energy with this gentleman. He did run together with this gentleman here, Ryan Messer, an energy fund. Well, Bill did actually invest in that energy fund. Why? Because it would give him a return of around 20% per annum. And so this is really how the relationship and how today Utopian Global has been formed. Back then in the year 2008, Why? Because of providing precious metals to the ordinary person. So we did start under Joseph Wolf's systems, and that was really the beginning. And then, of course, evolved as a brand, bringing different products and services to the team, to the company, from just starting out with pure gold coins, which are religious artifacts, to also coming out with bars, bullion bars, with a savings plan. You could so that you can save in gold or silver. That's what we have right now today. And really talking about gold or silver. Why gold or silver? Well, gold or silver is the best hedge against inflation. We're 11 years around. In 11 years, our currency doesn't really matter where you are so much. I'm in Germany, so we have the euro. Our currency already lost over 50% of its purchasing power. That means I need 50% more of the paper currency just in order to buy the same products and services. Had I had gold, or would I have compared in gold, then gold actually has the same, still the same goods and services, even more. Why? Well, because in Roman times, an ounce of gold would actually buy and dress yourself a nice toga and a pair of leather sandals, and 100 years ago it would do the same. And today 1 ounce of gold still would buy you a nice Armani suit anywhere in the world. Yet 100 years ago, you could actually buy with $20 an ounce of gold, but this $20 today, would it buy you? Probably nothing. Maybe a pair of socks, but not really the good ones. So the cheap socks, probably. So the point is, we have been diverse, starting out with gold or silver coins, from there into bullion bars. From there, we added education, because education is really important to it. We have an amazing educational system, which is just being transferred to the new back office, which should be there very soon. And from there, we ventured into the cryptocurrency mining. And as Bill said this morning, we were on a call with Korea, when he mentioned he first didn't believe in Bitcoin, and actually was really against Bitcoin. But once he saw Bitcoin at the same slide in the news, with traded with oil and traded with precious metals, that was really for him the awakening to start researching and listening to Bitcoin. And it went so ahead that we eventually went into mining. So we partnered with a German company there. This was our entry really into technology of cloud mining. From there, we now, since November 2018, launched the STORH, the STORH token. This is where, of course, most people get very much interested in. Why? Well, because the STORH token is an amazing concept, and really based on this many years of partnership, because this is what at the end what it is. It's a partnership, it's a trust relationship. And we had here some leaders coming, and I believe we have one on the call, or maybe two on the call tonight here. I believe we have two on the call here tonight. We had leaders coming to actually go there and see what we are planning or what we are doing with this new product, which we have added into the Utopian global platform, the ecosystem of products. And that is really a distributed ledger technology, equity-backed token in the energy sector called STORH, standing for Sustainable Technology and Resource Holdings, meaning basically just what Bill was investing back then. He would, before he invested, want to actually walk the field and see there's oil actually pumping, because that oil represents some value. And so today what we have here is Sustainable Technology and Resource Holdings as one of the products in the ecosystem of Utopian Global. What, of course, STORH is doing as the company, we are being the marketing arm with Utopian Global. STORH, the company, acquiring assets when we, of course, raise funds through people purchasing into the Utopian Global concept ecosystem. Well, then we pay part of that to STORH, and STORH purchase assets, purchase commodities, and those assets, they're producing an income, and that income is being paid back to the token holders. So basically, we are really nailing there the huge problem which exists in the world, and that is a endless demand of energy, yet a declining of oil, definitely declining of reserves of oil, and of course this need of more energy. Now, when we look into the token concept, and I know in 2017, 2018, there was a lot of talk about ICOs, a lot of talk about those crypto coins. Many of them no value at all. Many of them, maybe great idea, but really not the leadership, the team behind. And so what really happened is that most of the funds which were raised, they actually went from, as Bill always says, from one person to the other, yes, but most people would actually lose out and miss out, and which is sad. Why? Because, well, they wanted to put their money into a concept which, they should have better probably made their research on it. And so what we have here is something with a team which has many, many years of experience, so really countering those large problems, and we just raise those funds, put it onto the blockchain, basically distributed through the blockchain, and we all basically gonna make money because we are buying assets which are actually producing money. Now, there's always risk involved. Risk is in everything. But that is a lower or lesser risk than if you put your money into something you really don't know and don't understand. Here we have a very simple concept, very, very simple, which I'm going to explain you in a little bit. But again, the team, it's all about the team. Teamwork makes the dream work. We have a very much knowledgeable team of advisors, of people working in the fields, working in the different sectors, and with a lot of years of experience. Some of them have decades of experience. Some of them, they coming from generational business in the mining field, like Philip Judge, like Robin Anthony Slaughter. So people who have really a vast knowledge. But what we can say now, since probably the last, 10 days or so, we can now say that STORH, the company STORH, because of what we did with Utopian Global, so I'm really thankful for all of you guys, we can now say STORH owns 2 fields in Louisiana and Mississippi. And that has a rate of return of around 26%. And the producing properties, they're small, but they continue multiple wells that have years of production history and are forecasted to produce for at least 11 or 12 years. So they have an estimated gross recoverable oil for the 2 fields is over 136,000 barrels of oil at a current rate of 55 barrels of oil per day. So the thing is, we own now something which has real value, which is not just an idea anymore, and which is producing. It has 2 small assets, but very soon looking forward to getting the next one, which of course is the one we always talk about it, which is our foundational near-term growth oil producing field in Texas, which has over 90 wells, and we are really very much looking forward to get part of that field very, very soon. So Ryan is really working there with the owners on acquiring part of that, because this is the one we have in our white paper, which Ryan Messer is over 7 years behind and really wants to get it, because this field is working since over 80 years. I know Paul DeJanon, who is with me on the call tonight, he was actually there, and he spoke with a geologist, he spoke with Ryan. He certainly was better trained than me because he asked more questions. But that is an amazing project we really want to get. How do we get it? Well, you guys promoting it. You guys out there talking, you guys sharing the message, you guys attending to the event, you guys learning more about how it works. That's how we, of course, make more awareness. And so therefore, when we make more awareness, when we share the concept, well, we're all going to make more money. As simple as that. The second project, or which is a little bit in the midterm, sort of near-term foundation is obviously the supply chain. This has everything to do with the minerals, midstream infrastructure, so transportation, the oil needs to be blended. There's so many different things in the midstream and in the minerals sector which are money generating, and they are generating actually more money than the taking oil off the ground or the gas, the first one I showed you. So they are even making more money. But why we are so interested in the other project, which I just showed you, is because that has a very, very long and stable, very long and very stable revenue. So supply chain, that is of course midstream oil and gas, is driven by fixed margins. It's less affected by gas and oil, by the gas and oil price fluctuations, making it of course a great diversification. And when I started the presentation, I talked about diversification. Okay, we've got to be diversified. Precious metals. Why do I get still after 11 years? Why do I buy precious metals? Why do I buy it? Well, because I want to be diversified, because this is what you should do. You should not put never all eggs in one basket. Now I'm putting all my eggs in one basket in building the business. Yes, it's of business terms, but not of diversification. Diversification means of your assets, it's you having different plays and different, of course, parts. So that's why here Ryan Messer, when he sources, and he sources around 200 different projects a year, where he really sources them, he looks into them, he knows everything about it, and then he decides to take it on or not take it on. And he does this since almost 20 years with success. So he looks at the projects which are best for us and for his clients. And so that's why we just purchased those two little projects, because they have an amazing revenue. But further on, we're looking into sustainable technology that has everything to do with energy production, mineral recovery. So there's different, there's a lots of different things here which we just never have the time, or I bore you with it because it's just too much information and we don't want to overload you. But sustainable technology is really important to us, and especially because, I mean, I'm very green, I must say. I don't use plastic, and so I'm really, really green in that sense. Well, I try to avoid plastic and things like that, and don't have, I go with my linen bags to shopping. So you know, like I'm really alternative in that sense. So very often we get sort of rejected by oil and gas, and oh, it's dirty whatsoever, but yet we still need it very much. But yet I'm very, very looking forward, of course, to sustainable technology, because at the end of the day, our planet has to become sustainable. And so there's amazing projects. One of them we're going to go soon and actually travel to, which is Peru. That is an amazing project of mineral recovery, where basically big companies went in, they drilled, they did dig out their different minerals, but they left, of course, environment totally destroyed, but they didn't really dig out everything. Most of it was left behind. Why? Because they didn't have the technology at the time. There are newer technologies now, proprietary technologies, which actually can take it all out, but then also leave the environment you know, very good after that, and recovered. So this is what we have also in play. So we are looking into that. That's a midterm, long-term project, not midterm, long-term project. And yeah, it's a huge project. It's going to be many, many, many decades around. Probably I'm not going to be here. What Ryan always says, this will be something for his children's children. And that's really what a generational wealth is. This is what, when we started with Joseph Wealth Systems back in 2008, it was about generational wealth. Most people don't understand that expression, generational wealth. We see a lot of wealthy people. You have a lot of those new rich. Well, you know, the point is that very often, you know, the first generation works really hard to achieve it, and the second generation sort of doesn't lose it yet, but it's sort of yet going a little bit down, and the third generation actually lost it. It's not anymore there. You see it so often. And generational wealth and there's not many who can say they're generationally wealthy. Generational wealth means that really your children's children, basically, that they still are in a great position or even better position than their grand or great grandparents. So that's really generations, to pass it on for generations. And that's what we're talking about here, generational wealth. We want to help you through the Utopian global ecosystem, to create different income streams, so that's the point, some shorter, some midterm, some long-term, some very fast income streams. That is what you have the potential with Utopian Global. So as of the store token, the token value proposition, which I have on this next slide, is very transparent in that sense, meaning we started in probably late November, December. We started with the exclusive private pre-sale. That means we started raising funds, we started get it out there, and of course raising those funds for STORH, and then STORH could purchase those assets, which they have done now. And then we went into right now, actually like 10 days ago, into the private round 2. That means we are now, of course, here where we're raising more funds. With those funds, more assets are being purchased. So that's why we just changed the value to 50 euro cents. That's the gross retail price, because 40% goes to STORH, but we have, of course, our distributors, which are getting paid out for sharing the message, and the company profit as well. So we see here the gross retail token price and the ultimate target being 10 euros. What does it mean? Well, based on the amount of tokens we're going to sell, based on that and based on the price we're selling it for, re-raising the funds. And based on those funds we raise, we buy the assets, and these assets have a real value. So an oil field has a real value. If you buy a transportation company, that has a real value, correct? If you buy a blending factory for blending crude oil, well, that has a real value. So all those things which we buy for the money we raise has a real value. That means that price represents what actually has been purchased. And that's why we say, like, when we want to list it on the exchange, depending, of course, how fast we get there, that would be, or should be, what the price would be based on what by then the company would have purchased. So this is an estimate. It's really important that you understand that that's an estimate based on the funds raised. And you can read everything on the white paper. In fact, there's a new version out. If you go to STORH.com right now, there is a new updated version of STORH out there. So you're going to just enter your email and you will be able to download that. There's a new version there. Okay. That's at STORH.com. So how can you own STORH? Either becoming a customer or becoming an affiliate. What's happening is, well, with the money, then STORH buys those different assets, and they are going to be paid back every 3 months. And that's why I said we really have to make urgency. If you want to get the word out now, till the end of March, your people can say, well, I'm getting paid in April. So because the next distribution, or the first distribution for that fact, will be in April. Now that first distribution is not going to be so big, because we just own the assets, 10 days, something like that. So the asset will only have a production of 1 month under the belt, which is not a lot. But this will be the first distribution. That means you now can say, well, wow, I actually made some first money on the holding of my STORH tokens. So only if you get them in like by the end of the month, then they will be able to say that. Otherwise, they just have to wait another 3 months. So I really encourage you to do it now, so that you can say, well, I've got my first distribution. But again, understand that this is just the start. As time goes by, as those assets start producing, yes, and then you will, of course, get more payout. And we estimate to pay out around 20% per annum based on what assets went into STORH. understand, when you buy a store, part of it goes to the distributions for the distributors, and then part of it goes for the company earnings, and the rest goes to STORH to buy the assets. Important notice, STORH obviously is not licensed for distribution in the United States. They have a very different law there, and as a result, it may not be offered, sold, or delivered there. Neither the present information, material, nor copies thereof shall be sent or taken to the United States of America or issued to a US person, etc., in terms of regulation of the United States Securities Act in 1933 in the respective current version. And unless you fully understand and accept the nature of the potential risk inherited in the purchase of STORH tokens, you shouldn't even purchase STORH tokens. Always say to you, you got to read it. I know you don't like it, you don't like to read 46 pages, but that's what it is. And I really encourage you to do that. You first of all going to learn. It's good for you. You cannot come back later and say, hey, Claudia on the webinar, she said this to me or said this to me. No, you got to read it, okay? And that's only for you good. How to buy STORH or how to buy gold or silver? Well, you register with the person who recommended you to this presentation. You complete your KYC, know your client. So you upload your passport or your driver license or your ID. And then you can, once approved, purchase from as little as €50 onwards your gold, your silver, or your STORH. Pretty simple. But as an affiliate, that means you're really buying now into the ecosystem, into the platform. So that package here, which you see that represents the platform, where you can purchase your gold or silver, you can sell it back, you have the wholesale price, you get the education, you get a daily referral income, and you have your STORH. Those are the 6 different packages, and those 6 different packages, the way they differentiate is the first 2, they get you probably the least amount of STORH tokens in there, and the others, they get you more. They also unlock some other commissions over there. Since the STORH token is not available in the United States, well, in the United States, the STORH token is basically replaced by precious metals. Now, the United States people can still build a business. There's nothing hindering them building the business. In that sense, they can bring people on board from overseas who can buy STORH token. They just themselves, unless STORH is on an exchange, cannot buy STORH. Once STORH is on an exchange, then they can purchase, of course, from the exchange the STORH token. How can you pay? Sorry, how can you actually buy our STORH or our ecosystem, our packages? Well, we accept Bitcoin, bank transfer, and 3D Visa or MasterCard. Again, contact the person who invited you to this presentation. And I'm going to just run over the compensation plan. So the compensation plan of Utopian Global, it's a uni-level compensation plan, meaning that so you have a direct bonus. So when you bring people on board, they purchase precious metals, you're gonna get 1% from your direct people which you refer. 1% is not much, but hey, we have an amazing, very fair, great pricing for being really the most recognized refinery in the world, Argo Rios, having their gold or silver. So we have just an amazing pricing. That's why we cannot pay out so much, only 1%, because of that. But we do have, obviously, for the affiliate packages. So once you become an affiliate, we have those 6 different packages, and there's some really great payouts. So let's say every time you sponsor somebody into the Utopian Global platform, you make a €30 fast track and a uni level of 13.15. So you make a total sum of €43.50 when you bring a person in with a basic package. You bring in a person with the All-Star package for 3,500. Well, now you're all of a sudden making €1,479. And I know we had like some amazing bonus checks to pay out last month to people. I mean, fantastic. Really fantastic earnings. I know they are smiling today. So for the work, I mean, you get rewarded for the work you do. So you do work, you share the business, you share it with other people, you get paid. As simple as that. The uni level bonus pays 7 levels down, when you start the business, you're automatically an affiliate, meaning you buy your business package, automatically you're an affiliate. That means if you have people coming into the business, you get automatically two levels down paid. If you then, of course, want to get paid more levels down, 3 levels, then you need to become a bronze. If you want to get paid 4 levels down, you need to become a bronze elite. 5 levels down is silver. 6 levels down is silver elite, and 7 levels down a gold. So those are the different ranks, and those different ranks, they unlock more bonus. And again, this is just an example I'm making here. So if you would work with 5 people, that's really the concept of leverage, what we are showing you here. That's leverage. That is what Robert Kiyosaki, he just loves it so much. I mean, he in his books, he always talks about leverage. You got to have leverage. Your business got to have leverage. And so when you teach you people to if you get 5 people and you teach them how to get 5 people, how to introduce 5 people with this amazing opportunity, okay, with this amazing opportunity. Well, what's happening is then those 5 people go out, they know what they do, they are trained, they share it with 5 people, and of course you see your bonus is growing. Now it's only going to work if you help them. It's not going to work if you don't help them. It is a helping business. You got to help the people. You got to help them to understand the business, how to share the business. You got to help them acquire the skills, and that is why you're getting paid for. You're not getting paid for just bringing faces to the company. You're getting paid for actually training and educating them. Because at the end of the day, the Utopian Global Network is an amazing personal development system. So we help teach, train other people to do what we do. That is why my friend and teacher and mentor Bob Proctor, he said he always believes and says this concept is the absolutely most rewarding business in the world, because you get rewarded if you work, and if you don't work, you simply don't get rewarded. That's just the way it is. So at the same time, if you work the business as you should work, there's also more bonuses which you can unlock, and I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just touching on the gold leadership bonus, which pays another 2% from the level 8 onwards, which is a really great bonus as well. So you're really getting rewarded. As deeper you build in your organization, as more you help the people down there who are just getting started, as more you will eventually get paid. And with that, I just want to bring up, I believe it's Sean or it is Paul here, because I have him on the call, because you really want to, you guys, I think, Paul, let me just search Paul here, because we have an event coming up, and Paul is going to talk about this event if I find him. Yes, there you go. Hi, Paul. Let me see if you can put your camera on. 1 second, I'm just making you a panelist. Yes. Now you can put your camera on. I know you're very photogenic, so hola. All right. So you want to talk about the London event?
Oh yes, for sure. It's going to be on Saturday, the 23rd of March. So we have, 10 days left. It's at 1:30 in the 3:30 in the afternoon. Sorry, 1:30 to 3:30 in the afternoon in Canada Water Theatre. It's actually a very accessible part of London, from London Bridge. You can just 2 stops from there in the underground. And we're going to have the pleasure to have you, Claudia, there. We're going to have the pleasure of having Ryan and Bill and lots of people who are part of the Utopian Global organization. We are all here pretty much because, exactly what you described here. We're all looking to diversify, we're looking to be part of, surround ourselves with like-minded people. We're going to share this knowledge on that day. It's going to be a really good day. To get to the event, you just need to go and click the Eventbrite event, It's all over the internet. You can just go to eventbrite.co.uk, look for asset-backed equity token. You will find it there. And there is a small charge of £5, UK pounds. And it's a great venue. It's a theater. And yeah, I strongly recommend everybody to come and have a look and see what we have to show you.
Why should they come?
Why? Well, well, to have you there, you've been with the company, you've been sharing your knowledge. Oh my God, 10 years, 11 years of knowledge with the company. Surrounded yourself with people like Brock Proctor, with Bill, with Ryan. Bill is going to be there giving us information about the Utopian Global Project, why this ecosystem platform, it's good for everyone. Ryan is going to be there telling us about all these assets that we are getting all over the place in America and other projects around the world. And they're just going to, just going to be there taking questions. And you're going to learn a lot when you come. And, if you join Utopian Global, or if you're already part of Utopian Global, we are here because, we want to diversify, we want to grow, we want to create generational wealth, all these things. So it's open for everybody.
Fantastic. And so what if people don't find it? Meaning, so let's say, okay, they don't have your contacts now, they cannot yet now get hold of you. Where should they, and they can't remember the Eventbrite, how can they find us?
Well, I was going to ask you if we could send an email out corporate to all the members as well, or at least the UK members. I don't know if there's a way to separate just the European members. Well, I think everybody should have it in case somebody's traveling in Europe. We're going to record it. It's going to be all over YouTube. It's going to be on social media in the different groups. So if you cannot attend that day, you will for sure find a recorded version of the event. But I strongly recommend that you come, so you mingle with all the leaders, with you, with Ryan, with Bill, and ask direct questions. You're all coming here to show your faces and to basically make sure that everybody understands that this is a real project, this is a real company, and we're not going anywhere.
And I heard you do some salsa lessons afterwards.
Well, if that's what we want to do, let's do it. We are in central London, and plenty of places along the river that we can go and do that for sure.
Just joking. Anyway, so the event will be hosted by you, by Sean, by Bill, Wilmot, and I believe there's other great leaders, of course, also coming. I believe Karen Creasy is also coming, which is great, and others. But we also have the event in Antwerp, in Belgium. I almost said Holland, so in Belgium. So sorry for that. Oops. And that is hosted by my good friend and amazing just person, a fantastic person, Stefan Mack. He's hosting the event, and this I thought I could release the location today yet, but I can't yet. So we will send an email out as soon as we have the location there as well. This is going to be in Antwerp, in Belgium, in the City of Diamonds. Yes, we have there the event. It's going to start at 19:30. Again, the host is Stefan Mack and his team. And we have Ryan, Bill, Stefan, and myself there as speakers. So if you know somebody in this region, well, you can send them there. I think Nicola is also there, Nicola, our good friend and amazing coach. I look forward to do some coaching sessions soon with her again. Bob Proctor coach, just like myself. She is also coming, I believe, from Brussels, so it's great to have her there as well. So fantastic. Robbie, I know that you're going to come and you're excited to know about the event data. But yeah, so this is the upcoming events. On these events, we're going to launch the incentives, meaning we have some incentives. We're going to announce them on these events. But yes, there's some beach in the talks. And there is some other great stuff there, never be done with in the 11 years of the company history. That is something big. So, I mean, you really want to come to those events and listen to what we have to say. And yeah, I'm looking forward for it very much. So with that, Paul, thank you so much for, you know, basically inviting us to the London event, for doing all the great work there with Sean, with Bill, and with all the others. I mean, you're doing a great job promoting the event. And of course, all the Belgian people for the promoting the event there in Belgium. Thank you guys, and looking forward maybe also to come to Birmingham. It's just not yet clear. And I know there is an event going on tomorrow in Brisbane. Can't forget that. So actually, we have here. Let me just go ahead and unmute our good friend. It is early mornings there. Doesn't matter. Where is he? Paul. Paul. I'm gonna this is another Paul. You see so many Pauls. This is, let me see if I find Paul here.
Whole weeks.
Yes, Paul, I'm gonna unmute you, my friend. So let me see if he's actually there, because it's like he is there, but it's like really early in the morning, 5 a.m. or what in Brisbane. So let me see. No, he's self-muted, so he's probably sort of half sleeping there, half listening and thinking, well, what is Claudia saying there? But yeah, so anyway, so then I'm going to say
a meeting in Brisbane tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow is the event in Brisbane. So Paul and Katie, yes, they're hosting the event in Brisbane. So we have it, I believe, announced in the corporate group, correct? Is it there, Paul?
It's in the corporate group, yes, yes.
The address is in the corporate group, right?
I think Kitty put it there, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this will be the event in Brisbane, and I believe then the week after they're gonna have Sydney, correct?
I heard Kitty talking about Sydney, and you know they live in the Gold Coast. I'd love to be there.
Yeah. So lots of things going on there. Yeah, definitely. So again, if you have people in Brisbane, Australia, well, again, you can send them there. You can send them there. You get the information from the corporate group. If you don't know, or you're not in the corporate group, or you don't know how to get the information, well, send an email to support@utopianglobal.com. That is support@utopianglobal.com, and ask for the dates, ask for the venue to go for the Brisbane event and for the Sydney event. Invite people. All right. And did I forget something? Let me just look at here. Many questions coming from John. We will do Belgium, but I cannot. Okay, Joanne is, I think, from Belgium, are you? But you're living in Brazil. Well, I mean, why not? I come to Brazil. Paul, we come to Brazil, right?
Yeah, we go to Brazil anytime.
Yeah, yeah. So we have been to Panama together, so we come to Brazil. Yeah.
I know Brazil also.
Absolutely, but certainly. I mean, it would be great because we're going to go to the tour in Latin America very soon, and going to go through a lot of countries there because, I mean, they are really growing. Nicaragua, El Salvador, Panama, Costa Rica, Colombia, Chile, Peru, Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay, all those countries are just very much growing, which is really great. Anyhow, so Mirelle is asking, hi Claudia, we have to access to the PowerPoint presentation. Yes, yes, you have. Of course, you have. Any other questions? I was looking forward that actually maybe Dimitri knows that Stefan is here, but Stefan couldn't come in time to give me the venue exactly. But I'm looking forward to see you all, guys. There's Paul Weeks. Okay, Paul. I'm gonna unmute you. Yes, yes, I'm here. Paul, I unmuted you. You can talk. You just need to. Don't go to Venezuela, Johan. You know what? I lived in Venezuela half year. I love Venezuela. Absolutely adore the people. I like it there. One of my favorite countries. It's a pity what's happening there. There are 5 days or 6 days now without electricity. Absolutely shocking. I love Venezuela. Shame. Yeah. Paul is self-muted. No. I unmuted you. Paul, you can talk. You can tell us about your event. Okay, he's raising his hand. Attendee is self-muted. Okay. Okay, Paul, it didn't work anyhow, so you're self-muted. Next time, my friend, you're gonna talk. But with that, I want to say thank you, guys. Just again, disclaimer at the end, really important. I have put it here. There's no guarantee that you will earn any money using the techniques and ideas displayed. The materials are not to be interpreted as a promise, as a guarantee of earnings and a propositions of a financial advice, especially when it comes to STORH and also when it comes to the income system, because I don't sincerely don't know how your capability is. Are you going to share it? Are you not going to share it? So I don't know. We know you can make great money, but of course that depends on each and every individual. That's why we need to say and make those disclaimers here. It is for your own protection and for my protection. And with that, again, thank you guys. Looking forward to see you in those beautiful places all around the world. Brian, York, looking forward to see you. I know you're going to host some trainings very soon with myself as well, actually, and yourself, because you're a great trainer. And looking forward to that, to give us more personal development, which we all do need. Location, as our Dimitri is saying there. Hi, Dimitri. That's great. Actually, Dimitri, you can talk as well. Great to have you. I'm going to unmute you because people need to hear it from your mouth. So don't be shy. Just talk. You're self-muted. Dimitri, I have unmuted you. You can talk and say it in Belgium language. Hi, Dimitri. You can talk. Don't be shy. The location is Antwerp. It is the building Sparks 9. That sounds good. Sparks 9 is the building. Dimitri, if you want to say something, just interrupt me. You are unmuted. You can actually talk. So the location in Antwerp is the building Sparks 9. Okay? All right? Okay, with that, then thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, everybody. And I see you soon.
Thank you, Claudia.
Bye-bye.